Hey everybody, this is Bernetta, and I want to thank you so much for tuning in to our Dream Chat series for February. We are here today with Kwanyin Young, and she is the owner of SB Boutique, and we're going to get to her in 1 second. I just want to tell you who I am. I am Bernetta Knighton, the creator of the Knighton Project, where we believe that everybody deserves one dream come true, one big dream come true. The purpose of the Knighton Project is to restore hope in the everyday believer like you and I, to restore hope for people that do not dream. Our goal is to partner with brands, donations from everyday people like you and me, sponsors, and bless people with one big dream, one at a time. I am also a lifestyle blogger at bernettastyle.com, where I talk about motherhood, motivation, and let me start over. Motherhood, marriage, and motivation. Motivating people to follow their dreams one day at a time. So the Dream Chat series was created to talk to people that I feel, and they feel, of course, who have fulfilled their dreams, have made their dreams come true, and are continuing to climb that ladder. And we want to motivate you to do the same. So tonight we are talking to Kwanyin. Hey, Kwanyin. Thank you for
Hey,
joining.
Bernetta. Thank you for having me.
Let me tell you a little bit about Miss Young. I'm going to read her bio for you. Kwanyin Young is a longtime Atlanta resident with California flair and has always been a fashionista. Her original style always made her a standout trendsetter amongst her friends and colleagues. Kwanyin's love of fashion and people fostered a dream to style all whom she came in contact with. Her dream became a reality with the opening of SB Boutique. SB Boutique is a premier high-end boutique located on the west side of Atlanta that she runs with her husband, Keith. They have two little girls, Kennedy and Cameron. And I just personally want to say with Kwanya, I've known Kwanya I've been at Vision for Souls where we met at our church for like 15 years, since 1999. So I guess we met sometime shortly after that. So at least maybe 16, 17 years that we actually like known each other. And me and Kwanya lived together before. We were roommates. I was in
Yeah.
Kwanya's wedding. Kwanya was in my wedding. So, I think I knew you when you graduated high school, went to college. Now you married a mom, and now you have a great boutique with one-of-a-kind pieces. You're dressing celebrities. Your dreams come true. So to see you grow and just like continue to climb, I'm so happy for you, and I'm so proud of you. So let's get into these questions, Kwanya. Also, if you're watching, please ask questions for Kwanya. We are going to get to those questions towards the end of the chat, but I will be looking at them on Facebook. So if you are watching this live on Facebook, just put them in the comments section and we will get to your questions. The first question, Kwanya, briefly share what you can about your story and what was the path to your dream store.
Well, Bernetta, it's a long story, so I'm going to try my best to make this very small, okay, and brief and to the point. Well, the path to my dream store and just, being in the boutique industry really just started really when I was in college. When I was going to school originally, when I was going to school and I was going to college, I was trying to figure out and finalize my major. At the time, I was going into the medical field. Most of my family members were in the medical field, so it was just human nature to just go along with the flow. My mom was a nurse. My grandmother was in the nursing field, and I was just getting to the point at a point where I was trying to really figure out what I really wanted to do. And I just remember talking to Keith at the time, which was my boyfriend. We were just driving back and forth from school. And I was like, I'm about to change my major. I'm going to go into business management. I think I really want to, go into business. And
Mhm.
even at that time, 15, 18 years ago, I knew even then that I really wanted to be a boutique owner. I was inspired to want to be a boutique owner really because of my mom, my first lady, which is my mother-in-law at the time. I was just always intrigued by the women around me and how they dressed. And even years ago, even then, I really wanted to be a boutique owner, just based off of just the women that was around me and how people were dressed. So, as time had went on, of course, I worked in the corporate field. I did a lot of different other things, customer service. Customer service is always just been my thing anyways.
Mhm.
But I had the opportunity to help my sister with her store, and that probably was, I guess, maybe about 8 or 9 years ago. I started working with my sister-in-law in a boutique. I pretty much just helped with every aspect of the store that I could. Sales. I helped with picking out merchandise. Pretty much like literally the you know, everyday things that you need to do in regards to the store. So
Right.
I always wanted to do it on my own, and I had the opportunity to help and assist, with my sister. And then just doing that and just having the passion there, I really wanted to do it on my own. And time had went on. My mother had got sick, and I didn't work for like 4 years. I was pretty much literally the full time caregiver of my mother who had cancer. And when she passed, I kind of was just left sitting trying to figure out again, what am I about to do? What am I about to do in my life? What do I want to do? Now I had nothing stopping me. You're
Right.
not saying that my mother was a burden or anything, but that was 4 years that I was 100% her caregiver. So for 4 years, that's all I was doing. And so when she passed, I had to think about, okay, what do I really want to do? What is it that I really passionately want to do? And what has always been my dream? And my dream was to open up a store. And so that's what we did. I started trying to do it online and doing it on Instagram at first, but my passion always been customer service and wanting to have a boutique and being in the fashion industry. So we end up opening up a store.
Awesome. So you've been in business for how long now?
It's been 3 years now.
3 years. Okay.
Yep.
And so you said, you work with your husband, right?
Yes.
So how is that like hands-on 3 years working with your husband? Has that made y'all more in love? Is that is that a strain on the marriage? How is that like running a full-time business with your partner?
We get asked that question all the time. It has its good moments and it has its bad moments. Truth be told, if I could be 100% real with it,
Mhm.
it has it's good and it's bad. It's a blessing to be able to, walk in my vision and be able to do, what I really want to do with
Mhm.
my partner, with my spouse. And he's my number one cheerleader. He's literally like my number one worker. We always joke and say like he gets employee of the month every month. Um, it's just it's exciting, it's fun. Um, we have times where, it's like it's not fun because I mean, again, we're married, we're life partners, and then mixing being the business partners is just, it's just like a marriage. It's something that we have to continuously put the
Right.
work in. But we had to learn really, really quickly to learn how to respect each other's strengths and weaknesses and understand each other roles when it comes to the business, and respecting them and learning how to, not go into each other lanes. And it's just, it's just a continuous progress. Sometimes it's like, oh, this is so sweet, we're at the store together. Then sometimes like, okay, I'm about to go, or when you about to leave. So, you know hey, it is what it is, but it's fun, it really is.
Oh, so let me ask you. Well, I was going to ask you, how does your husband feel about the success of SB Boutique? If he's like employee of the month every month, I'm sure he's very proud of you and your vision, right?
Yes, he is. He is. He's definitely proud. If he was here with us, he would probably say the success is because of the help of me. Um, but it is. I couldn't do a lot of the things that I do, without him. He's definitely excited and proud of me. I think maybe he might have been a little shocked, not saying that he didn't believe that I was going to be able to succeed and do what we need to do for the store, but I think it's just a prime example of him like when you're sharing your dream and when you're trying to tell somebody like, hey, this is really what I want to do, this is my desire, and they hear you But it's the different thing when they really start seeing those things come to fruition. Like those things really start happening.
Right,
At the beginning of our business, a lot of stuff that I said that I wanted to happen, just speaking to him in general,
right.
those things start coming, they start happening. And I know definitely that he's excited, and definitely proud of the success. And definitely we couldn't do it without each other.
One thing that you mentioned was a lot of the things that started happening that you were speaking into fruition was coming to pass. And I know that you and your husband met at church and that you are, um, that you believe in Jesus Christ and that you're big on that. So, how has your Christian faith and your walk with God helped you with your dreams?
It helps because, I tell people all the time, I mean, you're a Christian rock and you're a Christianity, and like that's number one. You can't do this without having Christ in the middle of it. I mean, it's just I operated just like I would even my marriage. Things would not work. Me and my husband could not have a successful marriage or be able to go through the things that we go through without having Christ first or in the mix of it. So, in my business, I'm a firm believer that, Christ needs to be in the mix of everything. And that's number one for me. And most of my customers know you could come in my store and I might, I could have gospel music on, I might have TD Jakes on. It's definitely, a big factor, in my success. I inquire with God in everything that I do, in literally everything.
That's awesome. And that is awesome that you're not afraid to, let the world know that as a business owner that you believe in Jesus Christ. And one thing too that you've been successful with, you've dressed a lot of celebrities as gospel celebrities. Could you name like a few of the celebrities that you've dressed?
Yes. We had the opportunity. I think like our biggest one that I probably like the most proud of is Sarah Jakes. That was like such a big deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we had got connected through a stylist by the name of Jason Bolin, and he was styling her. And it was just kind of at the beginning stages of her, when she started coming out with her blog and with her book. We were able to dress her. We dressed her like her whole book tour, like everything that she did around for her book. We
Mm-hmm.
dressed her. So that was like a really, really big deal for us. We dressed Karen Clark Shear. We have dressed Lord, we've dressed have had so many
What's her
items of so
name
many
that won
different
the
people.
Grammy? I can't even think. No, no
Um
Chain. What's her name?
Tasha
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 Cobbs.
Cobb.
Just Tasha Cobbs,
Yes.
right?
She I want to say Tasha Cobb has worn some of us of ours. That's horrible. I really can't remember. But yes, but Karen Clark Shear, we dress a lot of different, prominent first ladies. Um, Sarah Jakes, not Sarah Jakes, but her mom, Sarita Jakes, have worn our clothes before. Were something that we had collab with Nikki Hugh.
Okay.
Um, I had Kiki Wyatt, Erica Dixon, Claudia from Atlanta Housewives. We've had a lot of different people come through the store, and it's just been an amazing journey.
So what happened with the Tamara on the reel? Like that was a big deal when I saw that on Instagram. I was like, go ahead, Quanya.
Me and Keith was the same exact way. A lot of times you get so many people that contact you, and I liked how they work because a lot of times stylists will contact you and they either want things for free or they want you to, get them items. And her particular stylist, I love him to death. He just orders what he wants, and sometimes we don't even know who it's for.
Mm-hmm.
We've dealt with him before, but we didn't know particularly that who he was getting the jumpsuit made, and we just happened to be watching TV and we were like, wait a minute, that's our jumpsuit. And so we were really excited, and I really needed to see that day because were just getting kind of hectic, and just it was just it really lifted my spirit. Like, okay, everything that you normally go through in your business, it's worth it at the end of the day.
Absolutely. So let me ask you a question because owning a business is not a small feat, and you have did it successfully. Excuse the tongue tie. Successfully for 3 years. What has been one of your fears that you've had to overcome to be so successful in running your business?
Um, just just having confidence. I think a lot of times, and that might actually even surprise people. I think a lot of times people see our success, or see that we have a lot of followers, or we have different celebrities having our clothes on, but still, at first it was that fear of, can I get those followers? Are people going to really be interested in my style? Are people going to buy my product? Are they going to think that I'm too expensive? And I think that was probably one of the biggest things that I really had to really just get over, was just the fear of not having a confidence that I could be like some of the other people that I was following, especially coming into the industry and how popular social media is. And sometimes when you get on social media, you have a new business, it's very easily to be intimidated when you're on social media. You're on Instagram, people have 10,000 followers, 15,000 followers, and at the time I'm looking at some of these boutiques on Instagram. I'm like, how do they get these followers? Can I really get that many followers? Are these followers real? Are they customers?
Mhm.
So really that was the biggest thing, just having a confidence that I could do it and surpass
Right.
some others.
So right now you have like 49,000 followers. Well, how do you think you got it to be so big so fast? Like, what's your secret for all those business owners trying to grow their social media following? 49,000.
Well, being consistent, I think that was our biggest thing, just being consistent and trying to stay ahead of the game, due to the fact of the industry being, it's in my eyes and probably other boutique owner eyes, the industry is oversaturated. So you have to quickly figure out a way to you know look different than the others, because when you're on social media and you're scrolling, everything looks the same.
Right.
People take the pictures the same way, everybody posts the same way, everybody hears the same way, everything is the same. So quickly I had to think about, what can I do to, what's going to make somebody stop at my page and actually go further. And for us to do that, I had to change up. I had to change up our style. I had to do more exclusive pieces. And it's a lot of different things you have to do. You have to be consistent. You have to post. You have to establish your own hashtags. Anybody that know me, that talk to me, if you tell me you selling a pencil, I'm asking you, what's your hashtag?
Mm.
You have to dominate social media, and you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, it's not going to work. So that was probably the biggest thing. We were consistent with what we were doing. We were consistent with our posting, and we were consistent with our style and what we were offering. And it just, our social media following just grew really quickly. And it wasn't even just that. You got to have connects. You have to build relationship with people. I built a lot of different relationship with different stylists, different celebrities, but again, those people don't notice you if you're not doing anything different.
Right.
So, but a lot of our followers came from just the support of our customers and the people that we were dressing.
Awesome. Awesome. So, when did you really know this was real? Like, of course, you started your business, and I followed the journey as you were building and posting pictures. Like, oh my God, my mirror on my wall, that little purple centerpiece that I love in your store, and then you had your opening. And but when did you know, like, oh my God, I am a business owner and I am successful? Like, when was it real for you?
For me, and I know this might sound weird. I think for me, it was real when I could wake up and I really was like excited about getting up and doing what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like waking up and being like, I'm going to my store. Like, I'm going to my store today. I'm not going to clock in. I'm not going to somebody else's job. I was really truly doing what I wanted to do. And for me, that's what made it real. Actually walking into my own store and working it. A lot of people will know, if you shop at our store, you see us in there. We're not business owners who just have workers there. Like me and Keith are always there. So just, waking up and being able to do what I want to do, for me, that was like, okay, this is for real. My sister, one of my sister-in-law, sometimes we will go out and some of my other friends, they would say, if they were probably watching, they'd be like, really? Because you were waking up and you was actually doing what you want to do. It wasn't times when we were out and people might recognize me, or, it just wasn't those moments for me.
Mm,
Even when people will come to me and even talk to me or tell me about my store, if you know me, I could say myself, I think I'm pretty humble when it comes to that. I never could see myself like how everybody else see
right,
us.
right,
And
absolutely.
so, for me, it was just waking up and being able to go to my store and do what I love to do.
But isn't that a great feeling, though? You know what I mean? Like you say, waking up, so many people want to do that. So, share 2 to 3 tips or strategies with people that they could do up front, that trying to start a new business. What are two to three? I'm just stuttering today. 2 to 3 tips or strategies that you could share with people that want to start their own business.
My two, I think I will start with the first one. I would just say at the beginning, like, evaluate yourself. Like, really just sit and really just think about what it is that you actually really, really want to do. If y'all see me looking over, I have notes so I don't be going off task. But
Me
but
too.
just evaluate yourself. I know it's horrible. I would just say, just take stock. Just take stock of who you are, what it is that you actually want to do. Why do you want to start the business? We've been part of multi-level marketing businesses before. And we hear that all the time. Know your why. Know your why. And that's even with your own business. Why are you doing it? Are you doing it to leave something behind for your children, a legacy? Are you doing it for money? Are you doing it to help others? Like, what is it that you're doing? What's your skill? What's the service you want to provide? What do you like to do? All of these things, are there to, you need to evaluate yourself so it can help you plan what you need to do. As I've seen before, I've seen this on Instagram before. They say, in order to start a successful business, passion alone isn't enough. And so, you could be passionate about it, but that's just not enough. You got to know what your strengths and your weaknesses are, so you know what to do and how to plan and set those goals to move forward to do it.
Mhm.
My second biggest thing, and I probably talk to a lot of women and girls when they come in my store. The biggest thing I would say is just take perfection out. Like, take the idea of it being perfect, just take it out. You know, you can't, there's never a right time. I meet people all the time that come to my store. They have these elaborate ideas and great ideas, and the first thing they say, I say, well, why you not doing it? Oh, well, I'm waiting for my money to get right. I'm waiting for, this to happen, and this, those are just stumbling blocks that's handicapping you from not doing what you really want to do. It will never be right. You I tried to think about what the meaning of perfection, like being a perfectionist, is. And even when you think about the meaning of what a perfection is, it's something that you continuously still working towards. And like, it would say here, hold on one second, I'm sorry.
No problem. While you looking at that though, I wanted to comment on your first one when you were saying know your why. That's it, like you said, we've heard it in multi-level marketing and other things, but knowing your why is important in all things. Like even with bloggers, and they ask, well, I want to start a blog, but why do you want to blog? You know what I mean? Do you want to just blog to have people follow your journey? Do you want to blog for money? Do you want to blog to write
Yeah.
your life journal? So know your why in anything, because when the going gets rough and you feel like giving up, that why is going to keep you going. That why is going to be why you keep pressing on. So make sure your why is strong. You know what I mean? And it's
Mhm.
something that keeps you getting up every day.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I was saying with the with being perfection, the definition of perfection is just like an action or process of improving something until it's faultless. And so when I think about the meaning of that, it's never just going to be it's always an improvement. It's
Right.
always working on something. It's always doing something, and just other words that you use instead of perfection is improvement, which means guess what? You're still working towards something. Betterment, which means you're trying to better something or work towards something. So I think a lot of times, we allow trying to allow the process of perfection stop us from moving forward. And you gotta step out. You gotta step out and do it. It's I don't know if it's really the right thing to say. It's never really a right time.
Yeah.
You're never going to know unless you just get out there and start doing it.
Right. And what I had posted one time on Instagram was just, and I heard it from somebody as well, do it afraid. And a lot of times, like you say, those stumbling blocks is just fear, really fear. And
Yeah.
you have the excuses, well, I got to wait till this. It's just fear, but just do it afraid. Just start and you will learn along the way. We only have a few more minutes left. So I did want to ask you, I got two questions for you. One is, how do you keep yourself motivated? Because I know all days aren't good days, but I know you have a strong why. But how do you keep yourself motivated to keep pressing?
Typically, I mean, I'm very connected to my family, to my friends and my family. I make sure that I have, people in my corner that I could go to, that I could talk to, that can help me to push me when I need to be pushed. I'm a big writer. I write a lot. Any ideas or anything, I write. I'm always writing, and that helps me a lot of times just to stay motivated.
Mhm.
Writing, reading, and just staying connected to my craft. Even on the times when things don't seem like they're going right, or money not right, or I'm just not motivated. I have to stay. First of all, stay prayerful. I have to. You can't allow yourself to get in those stumps. Not saying that you don't have no moments, because you do. I do. I have those moments a lot.
That was
I've
my next
seen you.
question, though, was do you meditate? I already know you pray, but the question is, do you meditate, pray, repeat affirmations? You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
why, what works for you?
yeah, I do. I definitely pray. I'm a Gemini and I'm a busybody, so it takes it. I can't. It's hard for me to like chill my brain.
Mhm.
So meditation is just really just out. I mean, I try, but it don't work for me. You know. I do have like different affirmations. I have like a declaration that I have. It's in all of my journals. I'm a big writer, so I'm always writing. Um, so I do have a declaration that I read most of the time. I read it every day, and that's
Can you
pretty much
share
really
it?
what I
I
do.
know. Can you share what it
It's
is?
like it's like I have it right here because I have it in like everything that I own. So like anything that I
Wow,
write
wait a minute.
in
How long is that declaration?
along, I know it's my personal long declaration.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it
Don't
just
worry
have little
about it.
things in there like,
It's like,
like I'm a multimillionaire
okay.
and my mind and body and spirit is lining up to that truth. I mean, it's like just different things in there. Um, I would set standards in the industry. We are leaders and trendsetters. It's a lot of little stuff. It's something that I read to myself every single day.
That's amazing that you say it because I'm on my phone, and on my phone every morning I have an alarm that goes off on my phone, and I have a declaration. It goes off at 7 a.m. and I got to get it. I'm up before that to take my kids to school, but at 7 it goes off, and mine is similar. I am a money magnet. Money flows to me like a river. I'm a successful businesswoman. My husband is rich. My kids are
Yeah,
great teenagers. I'm speaking that because they're not teenagers yet, but I need them to be.
right.
And more and stuff that I'm grateful for. So I do same thing every day, every single day. It's
Yes, and
important.
I have it in like every journal because I'm a writer. I love to write. Like I'm always writing. If I'm always, I'm like I said, I'm always in the morning times. That's my prayer time. I'm sitting there, either praying. I'm very intentional in regards to my prayers. I have like a little prayer agenda. I just believe that you should be very clear in regards to what you're praying for, what are your desires, what it is that you're trying to do. And I'm definitely always in prayer. So I always have a journal. I'm listening, what the Holy Spirit is speaking to me about, what it is that I really need to do. So my little declaration is like in every journal that I own, because I have like 5 of them and I'm picky. So no telling which one I might want to write in the mornings.
Yeah, you sound like me again, because I have a lot of journals where I might write the first 10 pages and then I'll start another journal and then another.
Yes.
I date everything, so at least I can look back and be like, let me just cut this out and copy and paste in here. But
And that's me. That's me. That's why I got the declaration in like almost all of my journals, because I don't know, one day I might feel like writing in the
right,
notepad. I might feel like writing in the purple one. I just don't
right.
know.
And then I carry one in my purse too. So, but it's 9:30 and I want to be true to the time. And I want to thank all the viewers today. And if you are watching this on replay on YouTube, we want to thank you for watching. We have spent this half hour with Kwanya Young, owner of SB Boutique in Atlanta. You can look up the website. Kwanya, share the website with them. They want to go on the website and your Instagram.
Yes, our Instagram page is Shop SB Boutique, and our website is shopsbboutique.com. And it's also SB Boutique on Facebook as well.
Wait a minute. Your Instagram is Shop SB Boutique?
Yeah, I'm sorry, SB Boutique.
Yeah,
I'm
I was about
sorry.
to say, because it's SB Boutique.
SB Boutique on Instagram.
I'm
And
going to
then
see.
shop sbboutique.com for our website.
Yes, definitely go on there and see some of her one of a kind dresses and outfits. Can't show you now, but go on there and see like all of the one of a kind
The
pieces.
Bernetta in there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm on a few. I love your pieces. Every time I wore anything for SB Boutique, I got like tons of compliments, and I want to get that African top. You see that?
Yes, we got a new print coming out probably next week that I think everyone's gonna go crazy
Yeah,
about.
that's gorgeous. You can wear it with color jeans, leggings, everything.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Kwanya, for tuning in. Don't hang up when this is done. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Tune in with us next month. We already have our guests lined up, but we'll talk more about that later. Just stay tuned to social media or the email list. And don't forget, know your why and throw perfection out of the window, like Kwanya said. All right. Have a great night. Talk to you later. And always dream big. Bye-bye.